Hey guys, welcome to the recap of Queen's Court episode 5, Cookout Cousins. Okay, I wish this series released the episodes in like batches. Even though we know how it ended, it would have been great, for the show to have its moment from each section of episodes that are put out. Like, even though we know the ending, take us on a journey. I felt like they just threw out all the episodes, all like that, and just have us digest it. So let's get into this recap. So we are at the Queen's Castle, and the girls are processing the elimination. Oh my God, Nivea is hurt because remember, Raishan put her through it. Like Raishan was, getting to know Nivea, but then to push up aggressively on Evelyn, that was not expected. I didn't see that coming. So she was hurt, and she had to learn to take things slow to protect herself from all these energies, because you can't be just taking in anybody's energy. Our girl Nivea, she's a sweetheart. She can vibe like her friends mentioned in this episode with family and with strangers. So she has to learn to take things slow. So I'm happy she's protecting her energy and not putting it out there from others. So she's really learning these tools from this process. So it's the next day and the Peets are in the building, and they let the girls know that today the besties and the relatives are coming for a cookout to meet the prospective kings. And Tamar, she's like, she didn't invite anybody to come on her behalf. And the reason that is that she feels that, she's able to make her own decisions for herself, because family is not really necessary at her big age for approval. So she doesn't really want the input from her family in her situation, okay? But Rodney and Holly will have her back and represent her as her family in the cookout. So who's coming? So Evelyn's daughter is coming to the cookout, and she is just gorgeous. Evelyn, you did that, okay? Nivea, her best friends of 10 years. I don't know if I can consider best friends 10 years. I feel like 10 years is little to be considered best friends. Y'all long friends, but I'm used to best friends for 20 years, So Nivea's best friends of 10 years, Zoe and Armita, are coming. And they know how open Nivea is. They mentioned she gets along with family as much as she gets along with strangers. And that's just a testament to how sweet she is. But they are to be sure that there's no groupies, no using, no using, and no sleeping on the couch type of situation, type of boy for her. So they're gonna protect our girl Nivea. So the guys, they come to the Queen's Castle, and the Peets let them know what they are doing today, and they are here for meeting friends and family at the cookout. The guys, they're excited, they're ready to go, and also the Peets let them know that there's no dates aside from this cookout, so make it the best possible situation if you can. So the guys, they meet the loved ones. And I love that Michael and Tyrone, they take the role of cooking, and they look like they know how to throw down. They should have a little show of them cooking. I would love to see that. But okay, so Nivea's family, her friends, meet Mac first. So Nivea's friend Zoe asked Mac, what do you see in 5 years with Nivea? And what Mac sees is that he wants to bond and build. But the answer that he gives was not good enough for the friends. They wanted more solid answers. They want to hear you want to travel with Nivea. You want to have her wifed up in a few years. And Mac, he brings up how he was raised by his grandparents, and he relates with that situation with Nivea, and that made the friends realize that he is getting deep with Nivea. So the friends felt a little bit better with Mac, and I agree. I feel like Mac could be her guy if she wants him to be. But she does have to get over, like, the physical attraction. Like, she wants to melt like she melts with Tyrone with Mac, and Mac would be the perfect guy. So Nivea, she sees how Mac listens and how he is stable. And Mac, he's super confident. He feels like he established his relationship with Nivea as a man should. Now, in Tamar's meeting, since she didn't invite anyone over, she has Holly and Rodney, and they are meeting JR. So JR is shocked to be, first off, he was shocked to be meeting the family so quick, but he then learns that the Peets are filling in as Tamar's family. For me, I think it is important to have family and friends to be there, because we tend to have like love blinders when we get into relationships. So it's important to have support of friends or family to kind of ask the things we may ignore. I felt like that was the goal of this situation. So I'm happy that Holly and Rodney stepped in. But it was interesting. JR, he also could understand being on your own without having family, because he's used to that himself. So he was very understanding. He did not find that weird at all. So JR, he says that his playing days, his playboy days are over, and he is ready to lock in and focus, and that's just what happens with a man. When a man is ready to settle down, he is ready to settle down. So there's no reason to question him about that. So he sees his daughter getting along with Tamar, and I'm like, what about the others? He didn't mention the others because we know he has other kids, okay? And of course, JR, he gives her a gift, and it's a keychain with a note. And the Peets are impressed, and it's filming, so we don't see all of it. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it, but he's doing what he does, and that's to make Tamar smile. So if Tamar likes it, we love it, okay? So in Evelyn's meeting with her daughter, they first are meeting Levon. So Evelyn's daughter, what she wants for her mom is that she wants a cheesy romantic love. And once she said that, I'm like, that's perfect. That's with Levon from the jump. I want to remind you guys, when she first met Levon and they had a photo shoot together, Evelyn was nothing but cheesy. All you see is her teeth all the way back to the tongue, all the way back to, what you call that in the back? The wisdom teeth. All the way back to the wisdom teeth, okay? So I thought Levon, when the daughter said that, I thought Levon was the right match. And, he is so calm and collective, and he's also thoughtful. He made it a moment to apologize to Evelyn. Evelyn was kind of shocked. She's like, what are you apologizing to me for? And he mentioned how he kissed her in the side of the cheek, and he was really feeling that moment, so he didn't know if that moment was okay for her. But of course, Evelyn really appreciated that, okay? As we were observing as viewers the situation with the meeting with Levon, you could tell Evelyn's daughter is super, super, super protective over her mom. And, she just doesn't want to see her mom in a bad situation again. And I can understand that. So, the daughter, she feels like Levon is the number one choice because he is so kind-hearted, and I can see that completely. I'm so happy that Evelyn, she at the end of the day chose Levon. Like, once your kid said this is the number one choice, how can you not heavily lean into that? So I could understand that kind of push Evelyn to really focus more on Levon. Now, in the meeting with Puff, Puff mentioned that his longest commitment was for 4 years, but that was way back in college. That was quite some time ago. He also mentioned that he is a Virgo, which, made the girls make a face because her dad, Evelyn's ex, was also a Virgo. So I was like, oh, maybe that's a little bit too close for home. But the daughter viewed Puff as the second choice for Evelyn. So she's like, I'm gonna give you options and you're gonna do what you gotta do to figure out what's right for you. And that kind of makes sense because remember when we first started watching Queen's Castle, Puff and Evelyn got along quick. There was instant attraction and they were so happy with each other. But I did not like how he introduced himself to the daughter as Puff, given that Evelyn do not like these little nicknames that his mama certainly didn't give him. Okay. Now with Nivea, we next saw Nivea and her meet up with Tariq and the friends. And what the friends thought that, Tariq is just full of energy. And, of course, he has really bonded a relationship with Nivea. But, for him, he's not discouraged by that because he feels that it can grow to something more. And interesting enough, in that situation, they were trying to set him up with Armita. And Armita was blushing and Tariq was blushing. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Skirt. Like, I don't know if I like that situation. That wasn't a good sign for me. Now, we then got to see Tamar and Gatsby have a talk with Holly and Rodney. And Gatsby, he says that he loves that Tamar is a person that can fit into any environment. Like, Gatsby is just a funny guy. Like, he says that you could see Tamar at the Obamas, then going back home to fix some neck bones. And I'm like, sir. But you could see, like, Tamar has a good time with Gatsby. She can't deny that. That's for sure. Now, in the meeting with Nivea and Travis with the friends, Travis, he was giving so much of a friend vibe. I felt like we were just watching homies just chilling and vibing. Next Travis is showing Zoe how to box. And then Zoe was hyped up even more. And Nivea's like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he's the homie. Like, he is me and me is him. Okay, so they really enjoyed their time with each other, but I didn't feel a romantic connection. And even though Travis, he's thoughtful, he's sweet, he brings Nivea a gift, but it's never like a romantic attraction. It's giving friend, very much friend. Okay. Now with Tamar and Gerald. Gerald, he says that he actually retired today from the Navy. Tamar didn't know this about him, actually. And, that's a sign saying that you need to open up some more. And Gerald, he speaks to what he needs. And he needs somebody for him and to be there. But Tamar, she's busy and is not retired. So that probably raised some alerts to Tamar to realize I may not be a match with this guy because we're not meeting in the sense of each other's needs. So even for me, now I have questions for Gerald to wonder, like, do you see yourself as a fit with Tamar, and does Tamar see a fit into him, into his lifestyle, So then we get to see the meeting with Evelyn and Robert and the daughter. And this man is smooth. He's smart. He knows what to do. He gives compliments to how they look identical, like sisters. I'm like, that's a lot of points right there. And I just felt like with him, like the daughter mentioned, he gave a lot of textbook responses. And I'm like, Evelyn's daughter, she is so smart, so mature. Best person to help mama pick who to go with. And so daughters thought that, he's just nice eyes, good to look at, but unsure if he's really, truly here for love. I'm sorry, Robert. Your day may be over. Maybe over. Now with Tamar and Corey meeting the Peets, I felt like I was over this. Corey, he always looked like he's half asleep. Like, he don't ever look like he's invested into the situation. I know and I understand he's a very mellow, meditative kind of guy. But I need you to show yourself as present. For him, he says that he is a selfish lover, an introvert. And then he goes on to say that, he doesn't really, Now I was just over it. I'm like, this is not the one. This is not it. Enough time it has been wasted onto Corey. On to the next. So Evelyn's daughter meets Michael. And you guys know how I feel about Michael. I feel like Michael, they don't know this, but we know this. So I feel like Michael should have been eliminated a long time ago. Even though he comes off nice, but all sociopaths come off as nice, okay? So Michael, he finally says that he is committing to Evelyn after going making connections with Tamar, making connections with Nivea. At the end, with his experience, he wants to connect with Evelyn, okay? So he has mentioned that he was engaged, and the daughter asked, which is a good question, how come that engagement didn't lead to a marriage? And he explains that, there was mistakes on both sides, but at the end of the day, they're able to co-parent successfully. And, the daughter felt like he was very level-headed, very calm, and it made her actually relax too. So that's a great vibe to give off, and very good to answer these serious questions so calmly, so level-headed. Okay, so we then get to see, oh my god, Nivea and Ty meeting the friends. Okay, so Ty is meeting the friends, and Ty, I don't know, he cared to meet the friends. He was so flirty with Nivea. Like, there was so much physical attraction going on. Okay, it was so much going on. His focus was a lot on the looks and very surface level things. And the friends looked at him as, okay, let me question him because he is not getting as deep as compared to the other guys. And they saw right through Ty in the situation with Nivea. And when Nivea is, observing this and how they're being critical towards Ty, it made her woke up. And, Ty, he mentioned he has 4 kids. No, he has 6 kids and 4 baby mamas. And then the friends ask, what does he see in 5 years? And, what Nivea wants is, and they know what Nivea wants. They want her to be in a marriage, to be wifed up, to have stability. And, Ty has a lot of ground to cover because, they only covered surface level stuff, but they never really got into the deep of situation about what they could be. So this is a red flag alert, because all the other guys are making more room, more coverage with the friends to win Nivea's heart, and Ty has some stuff to do. Like, he has some ground to pick up. So at the end, Nivea, she wishes that she could mash all these guys into one: Travis, Tariq, Ty, Mac, all of them into one. But it's interesting that, Travis, he went to go ahead and talk over to Evelyn. He brings her flowers and a note. And I'm like, sir, at this point, the guys should be focusing on to who they really want. And, Evelyn sees through it too. She's like, let's not make things more complicated. Like, she already have guys that she's already deep in with. And with Travis, he had that time too. He's just like, why come at this now? And that let me know I already knew not to take Travis too seriously when it came to Nivea. Because you already saw it was just a friend vibe. Just a friend vibe completely. So Tamar, she's talking to Gatsby, and Gatsby is flirting, and they are vibing together. But, all I could really see is friend energy. And I'm like, guys, don't even lie to our face. Don't even play in our face. So he confesses his love for Tamar in front of the guys. And JR, he makes his move after Tamar, especially when Gatsby got too comfortable talking about his son, Gatsby Jr., coming on the way. But then JR wants to one up and say, oh, how would you feel with JR Jr. coming on the way? And Tamar is just in the hot seat. I feel like she should really, she should give Gatsby a chance. Even though he's goofy and he's joking a lot, she sees herself in him. And it could be a possibility, even though we know she ends up with JR. But I feel like she kind of is focus, like already have her mind made up, and it's JR, okay? So in the girl chat, Evelyn, she explains how her daughter, this opportunity was really great because her daughter usually meets the guy after, and that's when it's too late. Like Evelyn already likes the guy, but this process is really different, and she's really grateful the experience. And the girls, they're ready to have deep conversations and to move forward. So we get to the dinner invites, and who's invited to the dinner is Tariq, and I'm like, why was Tariq? No, Tariq. There's some deepness coming with Tariq. You're trying with Tariq, and then Corey. Okay, Corey understand. He had to go for me. I if he didn't come and get an invite to Elimination dinner party, we would have a problem. Now, Gerard, I feel like, him and Tamar need to have a talk to really figure out how they see things if they were to make things work, okay? So Tamar, she talks to Corey, and he starts talking, and I wanted him to not be so spiritual at this moment and just speak things so vaguely. I just wanted him to sound like a person, a normal person, okay? So I was over that, and I'm like, Tamar, don't give this more time. Now, Evelyn, she spoke to Gerard, and he opens up about being closed off. And Evelyn says to really experience this situation and get the benefit from this journey, that he should, take the time and not be so guarded and to open up, to let someone in, and that's how you get the benefit of this experience. Because why come on and say you're open for love if you're gonna be guarded? Like, what's the point? It defeats the whole purpose. So I felt like she gave him really great advice for him, so this can kind of reframe his mindset to how he engages with Tamar in the future. Now, Nivea and Tariq, they talk. And, he's being cute. He says that this is going to be an epic rom-com. Like, this friendship that blooms into a relationship. And, Nivea, she's so optimistic, so positive. And she likes that, Of course, she wants a relationship out of this. Like, how many more friends could she need? Like, seriously, she must have so much friends. Now, when Tamar and Gerard, they talk, he expresses himself, and I'm like, Evelyn really set him up to really have a good talk with Tamar. So he expresses how he wants love, compassion, and a bond. And by him saying that he is retired means that he can now focus and invest into that special someone. And, he's saying all these right things, but I can't get over how country he sounds. And I love when he talks, because you hear that country come out. He's like, he's just a sweet guy. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. So next, we have a moment with Corey and Nivea. And they're actually bonding over music. And I thought maybe they could have connected and have a better, outcome if he had given her a chance, if she had given him a chance. But Tariq pulls her. He pulls Nivea and said that he's interested than being more than just friends, and he wanted to make sure that was clear. I wonder with Tariq sometimes, because I feel like he's doing this to stay on the show longer, because he knows it's an elimination, so you got to do what it takes to be able to move forward. Who knows? But I'm going to keep my eye on that, because I feel like none of these guys are giving what they're supposed to give for me to believe that they have a real desire to have a relationship with Nivea. So in the elimination dinner, Nivea, she speaks to Tariq. She says, Tariq, you're wise, attractive, very smart, have a great friendship connection going on, and talking is very easy with him. So of course she lets him know that he is safe. Now, Tamar talking to Corey. Tamar, she admires his spirituality, and she reflects on herself a lot when talking to Corey. She is looking for the man of her dreams. And what she sees with Corey is more on a friendship level. So Corey is eliminated, rightfully so. And she did that in such a nice way, much more nice than I would have, I think. I don't know. So Evelyn, she speaks to Gerard, and with Gerard, she said that in the conversation, they really connected and she could understand and relate with him. So I was shocked that Evelyn spoke to Gerard, but what she said was very real, very true, and I'm happy that he already spoke to Tamar. So they were able to kind of resolve and get on the same page with each other. So he is safe. So it's the end of Elimination Dinner, and Corey was ready to go. He is not bothered. He obviously should have been gone sooner, because the way he was too animated when he was leaving and talking that confessional, like, girl, oh, you were ready to go. So this dinner party ends with dessert. The girls are surprised that the guys, they come into the dinner party. So the Pete's let the girls know a surprise and that they will be sleeping over. And the guys are way too excited. And all I'm here wondering is, how big is this castle? Because the situation and the presentation of it all, the visuals of it all, I don't know if it can house all these men. So guys, if you enjoyed this recap, please like, share, and subscribe. I have the next recap of the Queen's Castle coming up for you all. So stay tuned, and don't forget, spread as much kindness as possible. Bye, guys.